This
Okay,
conference
so
will now be recorded.
so what was the application name? What was the application name? The application name is CMS, right? So in this application, I have some objects. What are the objects? In this application, I have some objects. Students, departments, enrollments, extracurricular activities, courses, instructors, right? Like this, we are having some objects is there, right? So now today we are going to discuss how to create the objects. Today we are going to discuss how to create the objects. See, these are the objects we are having. These are the objects we are having. Students, departments, enrollments, extracurricular activities, instructors, courses, exams. Okay, so these are the objects we are having. These are the objects we are having. So let's see how to create one object, students object, and the rest of the objects you have to create. And the rest of the objects you have to create. Okay, I will show only one object and rest of the objects you have to create. Right?
Hello.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Right, right. How to create the object? How to create the object? Then we need to log into our Salesforce. And one more thing, Mugda. Okay, so don't discuss the certification with Teja. Okay, if you discuss with certification with Teja, na, and obviously, okay, so Teja will, okay, so ask me, Shiva, no need to write a certification for the $100. You can go for the $200, right? Obviously, their business, right? Their
Yeah.
business, right? Okay.
No worries. No worries.
So
It's just.
it's not a problem with me, not a problem with me, right? Obviously, Teja wants me, right? So Teja have work with me, okay. So like Teja have so many consultancies there. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal to me, Teja, right? So but I'm thinking about yourself. See, so you are paying $200 and you are paying again $200 for the certification. Okay, so that is a waste of time, right? A waste of money also. So that's why directly I'm saying this cost. Right?
Yeah. Sure. No worries. We can talk on the phone after this.
Sure, definitely. Right. So how to create the object? How to create the object? The same navigation here. Okay, so yesterday we created application, the same navigation. So here, so instead of application, you have to select object. You have to select what? Object. The same navigation. See, in our Salesforce, we are having two types of the objects. Okay, so two types of the objects. Two types of the objects. So one is a normal object and a second one is a big object. One is normal object and second one is big object. Right? As an administrator, I can create only a normal object. Right? Why? Because big object, if you want to create the big object, obviously you need to write the code. If you want to write a big object, or if you want to create the big object, obviously you need to write the code. Got it? Right? So I'm going to create here a normal object. Right? So then come here. So just click here setup. Just click here setup. And then scroll down. So left side you can go to a build option, and we have create is then expand this create option, and here we're having object and big object. Select here object. Select here object. See. Okay, as of now, these custom objects created by the Madhu, right? Okay, so but these custom objects is not related to the our CMS, right? So then what we have to do? So we need to create a new object. So that is a student object. Student object, right? So then click here. So new custom object option is there now. So just click here a new custom object. A new custom object. See, so when you click here new custom objects, and obviously you will get so these options. Let's see one by one. Let's see one by one. What was this option? So first one is what? Label. What was the label? That is a student. That is student. Right? So what was the plural name? See here. So when I enter label, automatically object name is considered as the student. Object name considered as the a student. Right? So label is what? A student, and coming to the plural label, that is a students. Students. The plural name is what? A students. Right? It starts with vowel sound. No, what are the vowels? A, E, I, O is the vowels. It's not started with vowel sound. Right? Up to this point is clear. Right? And then after we need to write the description. Description means what? So here we are maintaining all the students database. Here we are maintaining what? All the students database. Got it? Okay. So and then after scroll down, see here. Okay, so context sensitive help setting. What is this? Context sensitive help setting. Help means what? We are providing some help. For example, let's see. So whenever you are applying a new job, so there was one field is the address. Okay, so which address you need to enter? Basically, you are from India, right? Right. Okay, so basically you are from the India. So do you already having one address proof in India, one address proof in US, and one address proof in office. You have three address proofs, right? Three addresses. So which address you need to provide? Which address you need to provide in that form? Right? You will get that confused. Right. So whenever we are having that type of confusions, okay, so that's the reason there. Okay, so there was one simple text. So before filling this form, okay, so read these instructions carefully. Okay, so there was one instructions guide is there. Help. Instructions guide is there. So when you click on that instructions, okay, so point number four address. Okay, you have to enter address. Okay, what was address you are having? You are holding passport on your passport, right? Okay, so means what? So what address you are having in our passport, you have to enter that address only, right? Okay, so that type of instructions, that type of guidelines they are providing, that type of instructions, that type of guidelines they are providing, right? Got my point? Right? Okay, so that is called the instructions. The same thing here. So we are creating one object. Under this object we are having so many fields is there. Under this object we are having so many fields is there, right? Okay, in that field, if you want to, okay, so get some confused with that field, and obviously how to click there. Okay, so help for this page, for example, every page in our Salesforce, see here, help for this page, this is that, right? So when you click here, it will go for the help.salesforce.com, right? So here we're having two options now. So first one is what? Open a standard visual for salesforce.com, and second one is what? Visual Force. First one is what? Standard, and second one is what? Visual Force. Standard is nothing but what? That is help.salesforce.com. That is what help.salesforce.com. That is standard. Second one is what Visual Force. Visual Force is nothing but what in development we are creating. Okay, in development we are creating this page. In development we are creating this page. Got it? Okay, so just you can go to development and then you can create this information. You can create this information. Right, but so as of now, so we don't have any Visual Force pages now. So that's why here it will be empty. None, none. Right. Okay, so the what here, so as of now, for this reason, I'm selecting here the standard salesforce.com help and training window. Why? Because we don't have any Visual Force pages. Right. So we can create these Visual Force pages in development. Right. Then as an administration, see, as an administrator, it's not required. See, whenever you're creating an object or whenever you're creating a application, whenever creating a field, okay, so everything is provided by the your architect. Everything is provided by the your architect. This is real-time example, right? Everything is provided by the your architect. So you have to create, so based on the what was the inputs they provide to you. Okay, so no one says boss, we have to create a student object, right? In the student object, what were the fields we are having, everything, okay, our architect should be provided. So then only our team will be work on that one, then only we can create, right? Okay, so I am the employee, I am the administrator, I can create anything. Okay, so that type of things will be not possible in our real time, right? Everything provided by the our architect, okay, or project manager. So based on the their guidelines, so we have to create, we have to create. Just give me 2 minutes, I'm getting a call.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, so this is what context self help tech means. What, so we are providing some guidelines to the end user, right? So why? Because we are creating the structure. Okay, so the end user don't know, end user don't know. Okay, so that's the reason we are providing these instructions to the end user. So whenever using standard salesforce.com means what, the it will be read to the help.salesforce.com standard salesforce page. So whenever we are providing visual force means what, so we are creating a new page and we are providing some new instructions to the end user, right? Okay, so this is the thing, right? So how to select here salesforce.com only, and then after here, so enter the record name and label format. Enter the record name and label format. What is this? What is this? See, in this object, okay, so we are having some fields. Okay, so when you are entering some fields, values, when you click on save button, means what? Obviously, you are creating the records database. Right. So in that record, every record holding one name, every record holding one name.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So for example, let's see. So whenever you are studying in your graduation, whenever studying your graduation, okay, and obviously, I think you never ever this library, right? For example, if you want to get a mathematics textbook, right? So you reach to the library and just you can find out in so mathematics textbook. How can I find out? How can I find out? Okay, so wherever we're having so mathematics stack, just you can go there and just you can just to pick up the book. Okay, what was the book having? So mathematics. Okay, so okay, how you are picking that book? How you are picking that book?
Label, through label.
Right. So through label. Okay, so we provided one label, name of the book. So for example, if you don't have name of the book, did you pick up the mathematics textbook directly? No, it's highly impossible. The same way in this object, so we're having n number of records is there. In this object, we're having what? N number of records is there. So for example, if you want to find out any student record, if you want to find out any student record, so based on the name only, we are finding. Based on the name only, we can find out. Right? Okay, so let's see one more thing. Yeah, Mugda, can you please tell me your bank account number? No. Okay, you didn't remember bank account number. So Madhu, tell me your bank account number. No, you didn't remember bank account number. Okay,
Yes.
Mugda, tell me your Salesforce trainer name. Hello, hello.
Hello Shiva, I'm here.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm,
tell me your Salesforce trainer name.
huh?
Your Salesforce trainer name.
Trainer name Shiva.
Right. Okay, Madhu, tell me your Salesforce trainer name.
Yeah.
Right. So means what? See here. So as a human beings, we can remember the names easily. Okay, what was the
Yes.
names we are having? So we can remember the names easily. But so previously I asked one more question. That is, tell me your account number. Okay, so no one given the answer. You are holding your account number, but you didn't remember. You didn't remember that account number. Right. So that's the reason. See, so whenever you're providing any record, whenever you're creating any record, so we have to provide a name of that record. You have to provide the name of the record. Okay. So here, so we're having two ways to provide the name. One is text and second one is auto number. Auto number is nothing but number, like our account number. That is unique one. So we cannot remember. Right. For example, in future, if you want to find out any student record, how can I find out? Here. Here I'm entering simply, here entering simple. See, Madhu, when I'm typing here some keyboard, see, it will shows some records. Right? So if you enter numbers, if you are numbers, see, you're getting anything? No, it's hard to remember a numbers also. It's hard to remember numbers also. So that's why, so here you have to select the data type as a text, data type as a text. Okay, so what is this auto number? So we'll discuss auto number at the time of data types. And tomorrow class we are discussing auto numbers, the data types. Huh? Okay, so tomorrow session I will see what is this data type and everything. Right? What is text and what is auto number. But now, whenever creating any object, so here the data type is text. Okay, so unless until if someone requested to provide the auto number, okay, so in that conditions only you have to provide the auto number. Okay, so otherwise we have to use text, right? So that is a record name, record label and format, right? What was the name of the record? What was the name of the record? And what was the format? Format is nothing but what we consider as the auto number as a format. We are not using any auto number now. Okay, so then we can use here the data type as the text, right? And then after option features, then after what? Option features. So we're having four option features. One is LO reports, LO activities, a field track history, LO chart and groups. What is this LO reports? What is this? LO reports. For example, in future, so if you want to create any reports based on this students object, right? For example, our manager asked, okay, so how many members joined in last month, right? What was the answer? We don't know. We need to create. We need to create one report. We need to create a, so means what we need to create a report based on this students object. Okay, so we need to create a report based on this students object. Okay, so for example,
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, maybe he has some internet issues.
Yes, yes. Actually, I'm not getting. Stop talking, Suma.
Madhu, so you are taking this class first time or you already took this class before?
Yeah, before I took from some other institute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and now I am again retake this admin, lightning, and development also. Previously, I took only admin part,
Uh-huh.
but that is not sufficient.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking again from Shiva.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he teaches very well.
Yeah, that's why actually I got some good feedback from known source. That's why.
Right, 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 right. So you are in US?
No, no, I'm in Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you are from US, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Basically from which state here, India?
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra. Okay. Mumbai.
Yeah. So you work in Salesforce or you're planning to change to Salesforce?
No, I'm planning to change. I'm working on service now.
Service now.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I see. I see his screen changing. So he's actually in there. Shiva?
Yeah, hi, 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 hi. So I lost the
Hi.
Yeah, actually,
connection. Okay, so I connected.
yeah.
Yeah, I connected to the mobile. I connected to the mobile. Right.
Okay,
Chalo.
okay.
Okay, so LO reports. LO reports means what? In future, if you want to create any reports based on the student's object, obviously you need to LO this data there. You need to LO this data in my report section. Reports is one of the object, right? So if you want to create the report, if you want to select the object first, on which object you are working, on which object you are working. Okay, so when you here provide the axis, okay, so
Hmm.
when you check this LO reports, so then only you are able to access this students object in our reports, right? So that is LO reports. Next one is what? LO activities. So we can do some activities, so creating the task and events like that of our activities, right? Okay, so by using this students object. Next one, track field history. Track field history. So if you want to track, so if you want to track this field's history, okay, so means what was the old value, and then after old value, okay, what was the latest value, everything. Okay, so we can use this track field history. We can use this track field history. Next one is what? LO charter in groups. LO charter in groups is nothing but what? So whenever you did any update on the students object, and obviously automatically that information will be posted in my charter, posted in
Mhm.
my charter objects. Okay, so these are the four optional features, but these are the four important features we are having, right? Just you can check four. Okay, so whenever you're creating any object, just have to check these four options. Just have to check these four options. LO reports, LO activities, field track history, LO in charter groups, LO in the charter groups, right? So these are
Mhm.
the four optional features. These are the four optional features, right? And then after, object classification. Object classification. LO sharing. What's the meaning of sharing? What's the meaning of sharing? So if you want to share this object's information with the student's object information with any other particular user, right? As of now we are having system administrator access to my application, right? So in future I want to share this student's object information with some other user, right? Obviously you need to allow the sharing, right? So when see in our administration, so just we are checking and unchecking, everything will be checking and unchecking, everything will be checking and unchecking. So check means what? You are giving a permissions. Uncheck means what? You are not giving the permissions. That is a blind way. That is a blind way, right? So next one is what? Hello, bulk API access. What's the meaning of API? What's the meaning of API? API is nothing but application programmable interface. Just you can write somewhere. API means what? Application a programmable interface. Okay, so just we are allowing to do the bulk API access. This bulk API and streaming API access. Okay, so we are working on as a developer. We are working. Okay, as a system administrator, so we cannot work on these two things. Allow
Mhm.
sharing, we can work on as a system administrator, so we can work it. But so as a system administrator, we cannot work this API access. As a developer, obviously, everything we're working on this API. As a developer, so we are seeing what is bulk API and what was the streaming API. Got it? Okay, so these are the object classification options we are having. Bulk sharing, sorry, allow sharing, allow bulk API access, allow streaming API, allow. See, everything will be allow. Means what? You are allowing. Okay, you are allowing to access my data. You are access my data. Right, that is object classification. Next one, the deployment status. So what is this deployment status? So here we're having two options. So one is in development and second one is deploy. One is what? In development and second one is what? Deploy. What is the meaning of in development? In development is nothing but what? Still we are under a developing condition. Still we are under developing condition. Right? Deployed means what? So everything is completed, so it's ready to use. Everything is completed, it's ready to use. Right? In real time, obviously we are choosing in development only. In real time, we are choosing what? In development only. Right? Okay, in real time we are choosing in development. Why? Because see, so we are working on these objects, fields, and extra some options, functionalities. Right? So once everything will be completed, okay, so then only so we are changing option to the deploy. So why we need to change the deploy? See, so when you want to move, okay, when you want to move this information to the production, right? So if you when you want to test this information, okay, if it is under in development, so we cannot test. In development means what? Still we are creating, still we are working, right? Still if you're working now, so then how can I test? Right. So that's why, so whenever we are having in development option, okay, so there is no option to move to the, okay, so development org to the production org or sandbox org. Okay, so we cannot move one organization to the another organization data. Got it? Okay, so that is the difference between in development and deploy. So whenever we have it deployed, so that time only we can move my data one to another one organization to the another organization. So if it is in development means what? Still we are working. The meaning is what? In development, still we are working. Right? If you're still working now, so then how can I test that code? How can I test that application? How can I test that object? How can I test that component? Right? So that's the reason. Okay, so no need to go for this in development, just you can select deployed. Why? Because see, so everything we are working, everything we are testing and everything now, just you can provide here deployed. And then after we are having one more option, so that is LOSH. So what is the meaning of LOSH? I already seen. Okay, we already seen. So what's that? In topmost left side, we are having search box, global search. Okay, so whenever you're typing something, okay, and obviously, so that keyword will be or goes to the all the objects. Okay, wherever we are having matching word, obviously we are getting that information. Right. So whenever you're typing something in the search box, okay, obviously, so you want to find out in the students object also. You want to find out the data in students object also. Right. Got my point. See here, whenever you're checking here allow search records, okay, so then only, okay, you can allow search to find out my database in my students object, in my students object. So when you uncheck this one, if you're not allowed this search button, a search box means what? So whenever typing the student name there, okay, you didn't retrieve the student information. You didn't retrieve the student information. I got it. So this is what allow search. Obviously, we need to check this allow search also, right? So these are the basic things. These are the basic thing. Okay, for every administrator, no, right? So allow search, and then after we're having object creation options available only when custom object is first created. Okay, yes, this one is whenever we are creating object, only that time only these two options will be available. But so we can access these two objects, two options somewhere. I will show. Okay, so where we can access, I will show. We can access these two options somewhere. I will show later. Right. Okay, so no need to check these two things, and then after click here, finally save button. Right. So once again, I'm recalling everything what we did. See here, you have to provide first the label. What was the name of my object, and then after plural name. It starts with OL sound. No. What was the object name? By defaultly, Salesforce will provide. Write down some description about this object, and then after. So select the what are the context cells to help setting, either visual first page or standard setup. Right, when you select the visual first page, so here you have to select what was the name of that page. Right, and then after a record name, then after record name should be text. Then after, what are the optional features we are having? Hello reports, hello activities, hello field track history, hello chart and groups. Okay, so by default this object classification settings will be enabled. Hello sharing, hello bulk API access, hello streaming API access. Right, next one is what? So development status. Development status, it's deployed. It's what? A deployed. Right, and then after search status. Okay, so LO search means what? If you want to find out any record through the global search, you can find out that information. So here, when the search is enabled, user can find the records in this object. So they type and search. See here, when you type here, and automatically, so this type will be allowed to find out this student's object. Right, then after finally click here, save. Then after finally click here, save. Right, so what we created, so we created one custom object. We created one custom object. We created one custom object. Right, right. So see here, so right side we are having CMS, but here we are having only home. Right, so whenever we selected CMS, I want student object, right? Whenever we selected CMS object, I want home. See, so here just you can go here. So whenever I selected sales, so here what are the sales related objects will be displayed. See here, charter, campaigns like that. So but whenever I selected CMS application, so why here not displayed my student object? Why it is not displayed? Why it is
Because
not
you don't
displayed?
have it.
What?
Because you didn't select it to show it here.
See, see, see. One more point here you have to observe. So when we are creating application, there is no pre-request. Got it? So when you're creating an application, there is no pre-request. Okay, so coming to the when you're creating an object, there is no pre-request. You can create object first, or you can create application first. That's not a matter. Right? Okay, so those two things are the independent, not dependent. These two things are the independent. Okay, so we can create a application first or object first. Why? Because these are the two independent, no dependency. So if we're having application, then only we are having object. Right? So these two are the independents. So then what we have to do, so we need to connect these two things. What was the object we created? We need to connect this object to my application. Right, so whenever I selected this application, obviously I need to open this application object. Okay, so like that for a connection we need to establish. Okay, so that type of connection is called the tabbing. That type of connection is called the what? Tabbing. That is called tabbing. See here, so launch a new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object. That is this point. Right, okay, so tab. Right, so how can I access the tab? The same navigation. Okay, how to create an application and object, the same navigation, but here you have to select the tab. Here you have to select the what? A tab. See, okay, so then click here new tab. So we are having four types of the tabs. See here, custom object tab, web tab, visual force tab, and lightning tab. Custom object tab, web tab, visual force tab, and lightning tab. So under the custom object tab, just click here new. Under the custom object tab, just click here new. See here. Okay, so what was the object? First, we need to select what was the object. First, we need to select that object. What was the object? Student object. What was the tab style? What was the tab style? So here you have to select what was the tab style. See, so you can select anything. You can select anything. Then after splash page, what's the meaning of splash page? What's the meaning of splash page? See, whenever you're opening Facebook in your mobile, so first it shows Facebook logo, and then after it will open the content, the WhatsApp. First will open the WhatsApp logo, then after content. Right. So any application when you're opening, so first it shows the logo, and then after it will shows the content. The same, that is called the splash page. That is called the splash page. Right. So as of now, we don't have any splash pages. We can create through the development splash pages. Right. Leave it. Okay. So see, these type of splash pages and everything they will provide here in real time. Don't worry about these things. Right. So what happens if I here we don't have the splash pages and everything. What was the icons and everything description also they provide. Right. Then click here, next. Then click here, next. Right. So just you can check whether my system administrator is default on or not. Default on, and then after click here, next. Then after click here, next. See here. So here we need to, okay, so uncheck all the tabs and we have to check only the CMS. Only CMS. Right. So I want to visible this application, this object, my students object to my only the CMS application. Okay, no one can access. Right. Only whenever I select a CMS application, so that time only I need to visible. That time only I need to visible. That time only I need to visible. Right. So then you can scroll down, then click here, save. Then you can scroll down, then you can click here, save. Right. Now you can see here. So there was right side CMS, and here my students object will be available. Right. Tabbing is nothing but what? It connects the object to the application. It connects object to the application. Right. And then after, so just go here, students object. Just you can go here, students object, and then see when you click here new, and obviously I got one field. Obviously I got one field. What was that field? That is student name. What was that field? That is a student name. What was that field? That is a student name. So here you can provide the data and you can save the record. What was the student name? And we are having some more fields is there now. What were the fields we are having? Everything we'll see tomorrow. Right? How to create these fields we see tomorrow. So today your homework is I given I teach how to create the students object now. Just how to create and reminding 3 objects. Just how to create a reminding 6 objects what we have. Right. And tomorrow I will check. So both of your accounts. Okay, I want CMS application. Under the CMS application, I want these 7 objects. I want these 7 objects. Got it, Mukta and Madhu? Any doubt
Yes.
as of now?
No,
Okay,
so
any
I haven't created the CMS application yet. So what I'll do, I'll first go to yesterday's class, right? uh, I will listen to the recordings and then on the side I will create the CMS application first, and then I will create the student object, right? And then the other object, right? So I'll do everything because right now I don't have anything.
right. Okay, so please do. Okay, so work today itself. Why? Because tomorrow I'm providing some other. Why? Because tomorrow I'm not. Okay, so creating all those fields. I will
Yeah,
show only
no,
one field.
you don't have
Okay,
to. You don't have to. Yeah.
right. Why? Because for example, today's work is today you completed now. Okay, so
Yeah.
and tomorrow will be you will get some free time to work on another assignments, right? So
Yeah,
today
yeah,
onwards every day, today onwards every day you are getting you got assignments. Don't worry
assignment.
about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yes,
if you can please just send me yesterday's and today's recording,
I will upload. I
I
will
will
update.
see that
Just to
and
give
I
me,
will.
just to give me half an hour. I will update everything. Right?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Chalo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Madhu.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. I just you can create this application. I already created CMS application and a
Yeah.
student's object and remaining 6 objects is enough. You can create the
Yes.
6 objects. Don't
Sure,
create
sure.
any fields. I will explain. I will explain tomorrow fields and that time we'll do. Right, got it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So, chalo. So we will meet tomorrow. Yeah, Mugdha, you
Thank
want
you.
to call me to me on WhatsApp just to can make a call, right?
Okay,
Because I have another session, right? Huh?
okay, Shiva. Thank you.